Hey everybody, it's your pal Sal at Sal Dougie's House of Cards, and today we're going to do a video response to Four Soft Corners. Four Soft Corners, a channel I recently just found out about through Tiger727. I actually saw the react video from, or the video response from Tiger727 first. So I'll link both of the channels in the video. Four Soft Corners celebrating their 100th YouTube video, so that's super cool and super exciting. And requested video responses, kind of talking about some of your favorite celebratory moments, be they on your cards, in the hobby, sports in general. And I really liked Tiger727 take on it, going through some of the kind of more recent favorite memories of Tiger success and really relating to the group how the hobby and those memories and what those memories mean to them. And I thought they were a really cool idea by Four Soft Corners and a really great response by Tiger727. So I want to put my own spin on it as well. So we'll take a look here through some of my favorite Brewers memories. And so really, and cards that captured those memories. So, for me, really, even though as great as the early 80s Brewers were, the 82 team is still probably the most famous. All those legends and Hall of Famers on that team. I was a little young for that. So for me, the first kind of, big moments in Brewers history I remember came from 1987. So the first cards we'll look at here are from the same set. These are 88 score. And they kind of match both the orange borders, 87 highlights. So we got Juan Nieves and Paul Molitor. So for those of you that don't know, the 1987 Brewers are referred to as Team Streak. They started the 1987 season with 13 consecutive wins, matched this season, 2023, by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. But up until then, that was the record. And they also, in that same season, lost 12 in a row. So that was another big part of Team Streak. And it also included Paul Molitor's 39-game hitting streak and a crazy Easter Sunday win featuring home runs by Rob Deere and Dale Swaim that unfortunately there doesn't appear to be a card for at this time, or I can't find one, but that would be a great one to have as well. But if you haven't seen it before, I definitely check out the Easter Sunday highlights from 1987 of the Milwaukee Brewers. These cards specifically represent a couple different moments. One came during that 13-game winning streak to start the season, and that was the Juan Nieves no-hitter, and that was the first no-hitter in Brewers history, so super exciting, in the 17th year of existence for the Brewers. I guess 18 if you count the pilots. But yeah, so 22-year-old Juan Nieves no-hit the Orioles on April 15th. In that game, he retired Hall of Famers Eddie Murray and Cal Ripken Jr. 3 times, and then also Fred Lynn 3 times as well. So super cool game. Ended on a diving catch by Robin Yount. At the bottom of the description on the card, there's quotes from Cal Ripken and Robin Yount. Cal kind of talking about how well Juan was pitching that day, and Robin talking about making that last out to preserve the no-hitter. So, and as a kid, I don't necessarily remember the day that Juan Nieves threw the no-hitter. I was still a little bit young, but I remember that it happened, and it was such a big deal. And then the Molitor 39-game hitting streak, I definitely remember a little more vividly because I went to one of the games during the streak. So Paul Molitor in 1987 from July 16th through August 25th recorded a hit in every consecutive game that he played. And I was at the number 36, so that was August 21st against Kansas City. My parents took me and my sister to go see the Brewers game. It was the second Brewers game I had ever attended in my life, and I just remember how nuts the stadium went when Molitor got his hit, and playing Sonny and Cher Beat Goes On. So super cool moments from Team Streak and great moments in Brewers history to celebrate. From there, we skip to 1992, and we've got a couple big moments for the Brewers in 1992, perhaps the pinnacle of Robin Yount's career, and that was collecting that 3,000th hit. And Molitor's 3,000th hit was captured on September 19th. Correction on that. September 9th, versus Cleveland's Jose Mesa. So this one I remember the game. I was a little bit older. 92 was a big season for me as a fan. The Brewers actually had a really good season and just finished behind Toronto for the AL East title, and that was still back in the dark ages where only 2 teams from each league went to the playoffs. So, the Brewers really suffered from that. I know they get a lot of flack for the no rings and kind of not being a force all the time, but their best kind of run came when there was just very limited playoff spots. So who knows, if they had a different format, we might be talking about, some different moments in Brewers history. But regardless, Yount's 3000th hit was a super cool moment. I remember this game. I was listening to it on the radio. I was actually babysitting for some kids that friends of my parents. So hanging out with a couple little guys and had the game on the radio. And remember Robin Yount picking up that 3000th hit, and what an exciting moment that was. And some great cards here for that. We got a score card. I guess this is probably 93 score. There, great one there, and then the upper deck as well. The upper deck one, just since we have the card on the video, also has George Brett on the back, which is kind of cool. So in addition to having a great 1992 and Yount collecting his 3000th hit, Pat Listach won American League Rookie of the Year. So that was really cool. He won it over Kenny Lofton, 122 points to 85. So a decent margin of victory on that one. Although Kenny Lofton had a pretty great year, and I thought there was a pretty compelling case to make Kenny Lofton the Rookie of the Year. So I was a little nervous that Listach wouldn't get the votes to win it in real time. And definitely in retrospect, rather have Kenny Lofton's career, but it was a super cool moment for Brewers fans, and really thought maybe we were going to have a second window with a new group of young talent in the 90s, but that never really came to. But we did have 92 Pat Listach AL Rookie of the Year, and this card is super cool. Let's see if we can tell who makes this one. Bicycle. It is the card company, so it's from a set of playing cards, and the AL Rookie of the Year for Pat Listach is the Joker, which is super cool. Then we did hit a pretty rough patch for the Brewers for quite some time. Not that they didn't have some great players and some great moments, but it's hard to find cards from that time. So we do skip all the way ahead to 2007 when one Prince Fielder became the youngest player in baseball history to hit 50 home runs in one season. So that was super cool. Finished with a total of 50 for the year, and number 50 coming on September 25th of 07. Great season for the Brewers. Kind of got building the stepping stones for some playoff runs in 08, and in 2011 had a pretty good season in 2007, but came up a little bit short on the playoffs. But great moments there. And in addition to Prince getting those 50 homers, Ryan Braun was your National League Rookie of the Year. So Braun, he just narrowly edged out Tulowitzki. That one was 128 points to 126. And knowing what we know now, maybe Tulowitzki probably deserves that award. But at that time, we didn't know that Braun was using some enhancing substances. So it was just a cool, exciting moment for a team on the cusp of some big moments of their own. And on this 2008 Braun Topps card, it's a little hard to see, but it does say NL Rookie of the Year right there. And it is, I think, a separate card. Oh no, I think that is his base card, just with that called out on there. So Braun taking the Rookie of the Year in the National League in 2007. Then in 2009, this one the card itself doesn't exactly call out what is happening and why I picked it, but it is a picture from the event. So in 2009, Prince Fielder was your National League Home Run Derby champion, and that was in St. Louis. So you can see they've got their red kind of National League jerseys on, and then you can even see whoever's kind of back here, you can see the arch right there. So we know that that was from the Home Run Derby, and then that is the celebration that Braun and Fielder used to do. Fielder would throw a couple punches at Braun that he'd block with his hands, and then he'd duck down, and then Fielder would come over the top. So they definitely had that going on when Fielder won that Home Run Derby in 2009. That was on July 13th, and Fielder hit 17. Next closest runner-up was former Brewer Nelson Cruz, put up 16. So pretty good battle for that 2009 Home Run Derby. and a cool, exciting moment to be celebrated. And then we kind of skip ahead to the age of Yelich, and I thought for sure I would have a Christian Yelich card that kind of called out his 2018 MVP season, but I didn't. But I did have, from that same season, Christian also won the 2018 NL Hank Aaron Award. So this is a super cool card. This one has Yelich shaking Hank Aaron's hand in Dodger Stadium. So super cool card, technically a Hank Aaron card as well. So I love this card a lot. And like I said, I didn't have any MVP cards. Actually, I didn't have any for Yount's 89 MVP or Braun's 11 MVP or the 18 MVP for Yelich. But so those will be, celebrations to add in the future. But I did have this one for Yelich getting that Hank Aaron Award the same season he won the NL MVP and shaking Hank Aaron's hand on the card. So that's a super cool card and moment. And then we get into some of the accomplishments of the Brewers bullpen. So this next card is for Hader, Josh Hader, picking up the 2019 Trevor Hoffman Reliever of the Year, which the Brewers won 4 consecutive seasons. Hader actually won this award in 2018, 2019, and 2021. And then the year that he did not win it, it was won by Devin Williams, who also won the 2020 National League Rookie of the Year and is still one of the stars on the Milwaukee Brewers. So great accomplishment for Devin, and great end of game work by both Hader and Devin Williams to really make the Brewers a force in the recent seasons. So I hope everyone appreciated taking a look at those cards. I hope Four Soft Corners appreciates the response, and I hope everyone hits that like button, hits that subscribe button, and I will talk to you all in the future.